Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's get into the story.
I now give the floor to the representative of South Africa.
Mr. President, South Africa wishes to thank you and the members of the United Nations Security Council for convening this meeting to consider as a matter of urgency the deteriorating security and humanitarian situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo.
On these missions, how are you attending to this? Because sometimes it looks like our soldiers are sent out to the battleground without adequate support.
No, but if you look at the incidents that would have happened, it's really not around equipment. But the fact of the matter is, we are not where we should be, or the necessary equipment that we as South Africa would have wanted the mission to have. But basically, to remind people that this is a United Nations a mission supported by AU and SADEC. We are a contributing country. So it's not like we woke up as South Africa and took our boots, went to go and fight a DRC. So it's a continental decision, it's a SADC decision, and we're contributing in our limited way.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Cyril's administration here in South Africa has gone ahead and snitched on the M23 and Rwanda at the UN Security Council. This is because of the ambush that they did to South African soldiers who are peacemakers deployed to the DRC Congo. Well, people are calling here in South Africa for our soldiers to be returned home if they will not be capacitated. Otherwise, another ambush is surely going to happen. Let's take a look at why our soldiers even there. Well, please give this video a thumbs up as we unpack this very complex matter.
So maybe this fight is not ours. Maybe I see you yet, to be honestly. So SANDF guys keep the statement good. Yes, vele white flag iphakanyisiwe. So this white flag is a common practice. Guys, to be honest, this thing of the SANDF is very draining, because I really sympathize with those guys that went to the DRC, because like it's really sad to leave your country and then come back like so pupile. Like ubhlungu, guys, let's be honest. It's very painful. I don't know what can be done. Like, how do you view this fight between South Africa and M23? Because the problem is good now is South Africa by attacker at their base. They are no longer fighting, they are attack at their base. La ba kempekon.
Guys, I don't want this video to be long because there's commentary from people who are around the situation to explain exactly what is the issue between Rwanda and the DRC people. Now, what Angie and her deputy Holomisa presented yesterday did not inspire any confidence in the South African Defense Force. In fact, it was just embarrassing to watch their demeanor when they were sitting. They did not give her a defense force minister. Guys, please, can this credit deployment be reconsidered and relevant people put in such critical positions? But what is the issue here? So it turns out that the issue is land. Just like here in South Africa, the issue that they are fighting over is a piece of land that is closer to Rwanda. So the people that ran away from the 1994 genocide, around the 90s, there was a genocide in Rwanda where the two tribes were fighting, and some of those tribe members ran over to DRC for safety as refugees, and they settled in the DRC here in the areas that I've put here highlighted on the map. Now they are claiming that that land belongs to them, the people that ran away from Rwanda, and the DRC is saying, no, you guys settled there as refugees and now we want to use this land for mining. And those people are fighting back, and they are already mining, and they have then used Rwanda as their base.
There's no government in the DRC. They call themselves government, yes, because they run things from Kinshasa. But in actual fact, they are a gang that represents the United States, France, and others to loot the DRC. Are you following me? So government forces are fighting to take the eastern part of the Congo away from the Tutsis. The Democratic Republic of Congo government is not being very honest. Now, how does Rwanda come in? Follow me now. Rwanda comes in because there is a Tutsi government in Rwanda. And there are one people, by the way. They are just divided by the borders. They speak one language. They have one culture. They have the same religion. So they went to Rwanda and asked for help from Rwanda. So what does Rwanda do? They are countrymen. They are clansmen. Can they let them down? No. Because even when they are mining their own land as Tutsis in the eastern part of the Republic of Congo, they are not going to export their minerals that they are mining from there through Kinshasa or through other places. They have to find safer routes that they trust. So where are the safer routes to get the minerals out? It's Rwanda and Uganda. Do you understand what's going on here? So they fostered a relationship with Rwanda. Now, what does Rwanda benefit? From the exports, of course. One. Number two, after the genocide in Rwanda, it was a fight between the Hutus and the Tutsis. The Hutu tribe also is found in Democratic Republic of Congo, and it was divided in half by the Europeans. It is also found in the Democratic Republic of Congo, by the way. This is how complicated this whole thing is. So now, the Hutus, after being defeated in Rwanda, they escaped to the DRC. So when they escaped to the DRC, they were regrouping there to come and overthrow the government by force in Rwanda. So I said, how does the Rwandan government benefit from this scenario? Number one, I said, exportation through Rwanda of minerals. Number two, national security of the Rwandan government, the Rwandan people, has to be guaranteed. How? Because the Hutus could regroup and attack Rwanda again. So how do they guarantee national security as Rwanda? They have to keep those Hutus in the DRC in check. So how does Rwanda do that? They use their clansmen, the Tutsis that are found in the DRC, to keep the Hutus in the DRC in check. Now, the DRC government is not being honest because they are trying to push the Tutsis out of the eastern part of the Congo, saying they have to go back to Rwanda. Where do they go back to? The eastern part of the Republic of Congo is their land. It is their land. You cannot expel a people and leave their land. The DRC government is not being honest. What they want is the minerals, the uraniums and the lithiums and other semiconductor minerals that are found in the eastern part of the Congo, the land that belongs to Tutsis. So they want to expel the Tutsis from there to Rwanda. You cannot, because these people is their land. The Europeans just divided it and said, this is Congo, this is Rwanda. So the DRC government, by not being honest on this issue, is complicating things. And the United Nations is coming in an already chaotic situation. But everybody knows the United Nations is the United States. So the United States has interest in the eastern part of the Republic of Congo because it is rich with semiconductors, which are important for nuclear arms production, drones, and all these phones and car batteries and airplanes and everything in the eastern part of the Congo. That's why the war is concentrated on the eastern part of the Congo, because the United States and its allies are fighting to push the Tutsis off their land, because their land is rich with minerals that are used in making of semiconductors, drones, and nuclear weapons.
I have included here a video of a gentleman who feels he understands the situation better, but from his narration you can already hear that he is pro the Tutsi tribe, which is associated with Rwanda, and he is not recognizing rather the DRC government, because he says that it is part and parcel of displacing people, which is far from the truth according to the comments that this video received. So now, why is South Africa involved? well, they are accusing South Africa. Well, some are having whispers in the corridors that South Africa also has mining interests in there. So if there is peace there, they will be able to get in and broker deals for mining companies in that area. But this would be shameful then if that is the idea, because South Africa has its own land issues. So what's happening there, it's the same as, you know, in the areas around our neighboring countries like Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique. There is a lot of citizens that are from those, originally rather, from those countries. You find in Bloemfontein a lot of Basotho, you'd find in Mpumalanga a lot of people, and from Eswatini, even around Pongola, in the northern KZN, all those areas. But that does not now mean that should people integrate into the South African community, that they can now claim that land for Swaziland just because they originate from Swaziland, which is what happened here. And this is what South Africa should watch out for, especially with nations like Ethiopia, the Ethiopians, and the Zimbabweans, because it has happened before, even in Kenya, where settlers from neighboring countries dominated an area and then insisted that they be recognized as part of that country, and insisted that that land belonged to them that they settled in. So while our president continues to turn a blind eye to this influx of immigrants that are moving in certain areas, taking territories, they should watch out. Anyway, let's talk about this further.